All right. Oh.
Have you ever been in this situation? You see someone backing out from a parking spot and then someone takes it from you? Don't you hate that? Now you're left circling around until you find another parking spot. San Jose State University's parking is getting out of hand. Finding parking should not be as difficult as it is now. Students go in parking garages not knowing if they will find a parking spot unless they go really early in the morning. It should be easier to find parking. This makes students less stressed. Today I will tell you about San Jose State University's parking problem, and how it impacts us, how to accomplish our needs, what the community will look like, and how we can take action. The school issues too many parking permits in compared to how many parking spots there are. This causes traffic in the parking garages and makes it really aggravating to find parking. Traffic jams leads to stressing out students and making students late to class. Nobody likes being late to anything, especially if the reason is for not finding parking. According to the website SpartanDaily.com, approximately 5,500 parking spots are available at San Jose State University, but the University Parking Services sells around 11,500 parking permits. That means there is more than double the amount of parking permits issued to theirs compared to parking spots. From a survey taken from collegeprowler.com, 40% of San Jose State University students say the cost is reasonable, but spots fill up too quickly. Spots fill up too fast, and if you take that into consideration, is paying $192 per semester worth it? Now that you know about the issue of parking in SJSU, now I will tell you about how it affects us as a community. Filled parking spots make students late to class, which leads to disrupting classes. If this continues, more parking permits will be issued and will just get more out of hand. Students have no way of knowing if the parking lot is full or not. From WordPress.com, Assistant Parking Manager Jenny Yao says all 3 parking garages routinely get filled up between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. This is one way of knowing if the parking lot is most likely full, but it's not reliable. Some people are forced to follow classmates around to their car in order to find a spot. This wastes precious time that you could be using, but instead you're circling around finding a parking spot in the garage. According from WordPress.com, Kevin Tai, a civil engineer major from SJSU, says, I have to drive behind people that I hope will be getting in their cars and driving away. This is a waste of time. Sometimes they follow people around and it turns out that they were just getting something from the car. Now that I talked about how it affects the community, I will talk to you how to satisfy those needs. We can fulfill this need by having SJSU install sensors to tell if the spot is taken up. There will be a sensor at every parking spot to know how many parking spots are open. The light will be red if it's free, and it will turn green when someone takes up the spot. There will be a large sign when you enter each garage telling you how many parking spots are open on each floor, so it's easy to know where and when an open spot is available. This will allow students to know when the parking lot is full, and they will save a lot of time from circling around the parking lot. Now that you know how to fulfill these needs, I will describe how the community would be with and without this problem. Now imagine all the parking garages at SJSU telling everyone how many parking spots were left and on which floor. This would make finding parking more efficient. This would make students' lives easier, less stressful, and help them get to class on time. No more traffic jams, no more circling around in parking lots, and no more stalking fellow colleagues to their cars just to take their spot. Now imagine the parking garages if the plan was not implemented. Traffic jams would get worse, you'll be late to class, you'll stress out more, and you could possibly even get a parking ticket. Parking should be less overwhelming so students can get to class on time. Now that I explained how the community would look like with this plan, I will talk to you how to take action. The longer we put this off, the more crowded and worse finding parking will get. We must speak our voices and let SJSU services know that parking is very unorganized and we need a more efficient way to find parking. It's also possible to sign a petition and send it to San Jose State. If we get a large amount of signatures, they will take a look at it and possibly even consider it. If everyone comes together and acts upon it, it is possible to implement these sensors to help finding parking run smoother. Finding parking has been one of the biggest struggles for students driving to the school, and it will keep continuing unless we act upon it. SJSU needs to find a more efficient way to help students find parking. This can be by installing sensors to help indicate which spots are open and taken. Now you won't have to circle around parking garages anymore, but you still might have to fight for your spots.